two analysts, Kyle Shillingford and Ludolph McLauden. So guys, welcome back to our second season of Talk is Cheap. How do you guys feel about this season?
Yo, I'm feeling great. Another wonderful season. A lot of transitions being made during the off season. Westbrook and Durant now out for OKC, so now it just changed the whole outlook of the West to me. But Rose returns, Kobe returns. It's going to be a wonderful season.
Yeah, I just want to say glad to be back on the set. A lot of good things going on in the league. A lot of new moves, a lot of new faces, and a lot of new places. So looking forward to the season. Watch out, Miami Heat.
Hey, well, I'm going to continue to do what I do every season, and this is season 2, so I got 2 forks to stick a fork in. So you better get ready.
So as we kick off the new season, today we want to discuss some of our season predictions, starting off with Rookie of the Year. Kyle?
Well, my Rookie of the Year for right now, it has to be Jabari Parker. I had Andrew Wiggins sold coming out of the draft, #1 pick to the Cavaliers, but then he was traded to Minnesota. So that now changes the whole game plan because, yes, he has more opportunity to score, but now he's in a committee playing behind Corey Brewer because he's not going to start with the shooting guard over Kevin Martin. So now Jabari Parker, he's with the Bucks. He has Brandon Knight, a lot of young players. So I believe what he did in college back in Duke, come on, 19 points, 8 rebounds a game, he can duplicate that performance. That season, I would say, and be the Rookie of the Year. That's my pick.
Sorry to start the season, the first episode off with an agreement. But we have to go and agree with this guy over here and go with Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker is just in a better situation than some other rookies, as in he's coming in as the most polished and he's going to a situation where he has an opportunity to dominate, as in the Bucks, they don't have any clue of how or who they want to play anywhere, so now they're going to go in and Jabari Parker's going to step in and probably be the best player on the team starting day one. So they're going to have a player that's going to be there all the time. He's a good scorer, he's a good rebounder, all-around player, and Jabari Parker's ready for the league. It's not too big of a show for him.
See, and we already started off. He's already agreed with me, and this is what I like because guess what? Before we came on set, I believe 2 weeks ago, you wasn't sold on Jabari Parker. I know that because we had discussions. You was giving me some subliminals on it wasn't going to be Jabari Parker, but come on. They're already comparing him to Carmelo, who's one of the elite scorers in the league.
I'm not going to give him anywhere near Carmelo. He's more of an all-around guy, as I feel like. I don't know, can't come up with someone with the right name, but he can do a little bit of everything.
Carmelo's the only person
Carmelo goes out and gives you 30 a night.
See, but you're
Parker's not going to go through
you're comparing a Carmelo who's in his prime right now. We're talking about when Carmelo was a rookie coming in. Carmelo who could have
was putting buckets.
Yes, okay, you got to give Jabari Parker that opportunity. He averaged 19 points in college, so it's a guy that could give you rebounds.
Melo was averaging over 20.
Okay, but a guy that could give you rebounds. It's a guy that could probably go out there and stretch the floor and probably hit some threes. Carmelo does that. So name somebody else that that you can compare him to.
I can't compare him to Carmelo because Carmelo came out of rookie was way better than what Jabari Parker is now. Jabari Parker is more of, I don't know, he needs way more development. He's just a great young player that has been playing basketball a lot, used to being the #1 player on the team, but he doesn't have the skill or the talent that Melo had coming out.
Of course he doesn't, but I'm saying compare. Who else can you compare him to? And if you can't
right now I can't
then it's
compare to anybody.
Then it's Carmelo.
It's not Carmelo. It's just I can't think of anyone
but the sources say Carmelo, which is you're gonna go against them.
What sources?
Come on, people have been saying it was Carmelo.
No one has been comparing.
You just don't want it to be Carmelo.
I don't even like Carmelo myself. I just feel like he's just a great scorer. He's not a person you build your team around. I feel like Jabari Parker could develop into someone that's doing that, but he's not gonna be that person that's gonna give you 30 a night. He'll give you 20 and 10. He's a solid post player, solid all around game.
Okay, give Jabari Parker 8 more years and he'd probably be in the same shoes as Melo. I'm just saying.
He's not giving 30 a night.
Can we agree here that Jabari Parker's skill set is NBA ready?
Yeah, it is.
He's NBA ready.
Okay. Okay guys, so we're going to move into our next season's prediction, and that's Sixth Man of the Year. Ludolph?
Well, coming all the way over from the Sacramento Kings, point guard, I'm going to have to go with Isaiah Thomas as the sixth man of the year. Isaiah Thomas is not your regular bench player. He could be a starting point guard on most of the teams in the league. He's a great scorer. He's a great leader. He doesn't cause any problems, and he knows how to play basketball. He's been playing basketball his whole life. He knows what to do. So now, coming in, he's going to transition to play behind Bledsoe, play behind Dragic. This is going to be an amazing situation for him because all he has to do is put his head down and put the ball in the basket. That's what he loves to do. He doesn't have to worry about anything else. The Suns are going full offensive showdown. They're going to try to outscore everybody. They almost made the playoffs last year, and they're looking forward to a great season. And I believe this three-point guard system can probably push them into the playoffs.
Oh, well, I think between sets he's been looking over on my tablet, seeing that I have Isaiah Thomas as well too as a rookie of the year. Why? Different scenario. He averaged 20 and 6 last year with the Kings with DeMarcus Cousins. So that was a beautiful duo to me because Cousins has improved as well himself, Isaiah Thomas. But with him playing with the Suns now, this is a good situation because now he's a part of the second unit, and now he's the number one option with that second unit as well with Gerald Green. So now he not just brings scoring, he facilitates as well. So he's going to be the number one player on the court in terms of he controls the ball, he can put it on the floor and score as well. So I think Isaiah Thomas is going to be the sixth man of the year. Probably not going to be averaging 20 like he did with the Kings, but 15, 16 points per game, that's the type of numbers you want for your sixth man of the year. So Isaiah Thomas, sixth man of the year.
I know Jamal has taken it over the past couple of years, and Jamal is a great player. I'm sure he's going to be a great player. I love watching him cross people over and making them amazing shots from anywhere. He doesn't have no range limit. But I think Isaiah he's already a proven player in this league. He's young, he's in his prime, he's up and coming, he's only getting better. And to just put him behind Dragic, put him behind Bledsoe, it's going to be hard for anyone to stop him because he's going to be the best player on the court most of the time.
And that now it's
by far.
Now it's a better situation because he probably wants to be in that starting unit. So what he's going to be doing, he's going to be fighting day in, day out to try to steal that starting spot from either Dragic or Bledsoe because he can play that one or that two because he is a shooting guard at heart because he did start off, racking up shots because his shot selection wasn't how it is now. He's taking better shots. And now he's improved in the assist category. So a guy that can give you 6 to 7 assists off the bench,
it's going to be a lethal weapon, but it's going to be a good season.
Well, Thomas, you have the two disagreeing analysts betting on you. So
hey, yo,
let's see.
Stop looking over on my shit. I got to hide it now, man.
Running into our next season prediction, Coach of the Year, Kyle?
Well, you got to give it to the coach that's going to have the team with the best record in the league, and that's going to be the Chicago Bulls. So Coach Tom Thibodeau, best coach because he emphasizes defense, and he now has offense to go along with that defense, and shooters like Mike Dunleavy, Paul Gasol, a new addition. So he has to be the Coach of the Year because the Bulls are going to be the number one team in the league this season.
All right, listen. The Coach of the Year this year will be David Blatt of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Listen, David Blatt's going into an awesome situation where he can come bring in his European style that's won 3 national championships over there. NBA teams are not used to it. But most important thing is he has the best player in the league. That makes everything a lot easier for him. He doesn't have to do much work. They're going to have a lot of attention on him. And LeBron automatically catapults them into a team that's going to be contenders. They're already in the playoffs. It's a weak East. All he has to really do is just mess them a little. They're going to have their struggles, but he's going to be there. LeBron's going to be there. It's going to be easy. David Blatt, Coach of the Year. He's a rookie coach, so he's going to have doubters, but automatically they're going to give him some boost as long as they have a great season.
If you say so.
Running into our next season prediction, most improved player of the year, Kyle?
Well, the most improved player to me is going to be Darren Williams. He had a subpar performance last season, 14 and 6, and the Nets got booted out of the playoffs. But I believe they're going to need more from him, more production, and that's going to be him just having more confidence in himself. So I believe he can boost that 14 and 6 and probably go up 18-9 this season because the Nets do need him, and they could probably be a threat in the East with the East being a little inconsistent. So Darren Williams, you got to be the most improved player this season for the Nets.
My most improved player is going to go to the guy down in Detroit in the Palace of Aubrey Hills. It's got to be Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond is going to burst onto the scene with a flash, and he's going to be probably up there in some MVP conversations. Andre Drummond, he's a great post player. He's going to improve his offense, improve his free throw percentage. He's going to lead the league in blocks, lead the league in rebounds, and that's a given. So right now, he's going to jump into talks of being one of the best players in the league. He's probably already the best center in the league, and he's coming hard.
Best center? Dwight?
He's coming hard. He's coming hard.
Come on.
He's coming hard.
You need some improvement.
Dwight, he's down a little. Drummond is up and coming. He's ready. This is the new NBA now.
Moving into our next season's prediction. What team is coming out on top in the East and the West? Ludolph?
I'm going to say out the East, it's going to go to the Chicago Bulls, as in they do have the experience and they know what it takes, and they're going to be that team that's ready to take another step. They have added a lot of additions, a lot of shooters. They still have a great coach. It's a great organization. So the Bulls coming out the East right now. So out the West, no surprise to anyone, the San Antonio Spurs. They kept the core intact. Every year they keep the surprise, and I don't believe this will be another year that they will not surprise everyone. Popovich is one of the greatest coaches of all time, and he's going to show it again. Duncan, he's a future Hall of Famer. Their big three is still there. They're looking for a big four. Kawhi, step up your game.
I know you would have chosen to go like the East. What happened to your Cleveland and David Blatt and the best player in the league, LeBron James?
You don't have to be the best team to be the best coach, as long as you are motivating.
Well, it kind of comes with the compliment.
It's not automatic.
Best coach, best league. But anyways, I have the Bulls 2-1 already to start the season. But come on, Gasol and Noah as the Twin Towers. That's defense already there, and Gasol brings the offense while Noah brings the defense, so it complements each other. But then you got to look at Butler, Jimmy Butler, who's a little banged up, but he can guard probably the opponent's best player on the other side when it comes to LeBron, when it comes to Melo, KD. So he's able to not stop fully, but limit those scorers in LeBron and KD. And then you got to look at their depth. They have Neal, they have Dunleavy, they have Brooks coming off the bench as well as Heinrich to support Derrick Rose. So the Bulls got to be the #1 team in the East by far. I don't know about Cleveland, that's going to be a struggle. But then I'm going to stay in Texas. I'm not going with San Antonio. It's surprising, but I have Houston coming out of the West. Why? Because Trevor Ariza is the answer for the Rockets. And I believe he's a better fit for the Rockets than Parsons. Parsons is younger, but Ariza to me is a better shooter, a better defender, and a better player to play with. Because Howard and Harden didn't really like Parsons, to me. Their persona didn't come off well. But you got to look at Beverly. He's probably the best defender on the Rockets, and as a point guard, he's able to, like Trevor Ariza and Jimmy Butler, limit the point guards in Westbrook, Curry, Chris Paul. So he's going to be the #1 guy to set the tone on the defensive end. The only thing that they're going to have a problem with, and that's going to be the depth. They have players such as Jason Terry, Monte Nunes, Cannon coming off the bench. That's not going to cut it. So what I think they need to do is go out shopping, probably bring some players in because they have a promising season, and I think they could come out the West. It's going to be a battle between them and San Antonio, but Houston's going to come on top with the two biggest stars, Harden and Howard.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with both of y'all, but I'm going to choose the Cavs coming out of the East and the Clippers coming out of the West. But as this season progresses, let's see what's going to happen.
Big time talk now coming from the host.
Finally, here we have it. The last and final season prediction. MVP.
I need to go first on this because I want to steal my answers. Who I got as MVP? The man who surprised the league last year. Anthony Davis. Anthony Big Brown Davis. A man who averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds to go along with 2 blocks and 1.3 steals, as well as shooting 59% from the field last season. I think there's room for improvement, and I believe he can probably go up to that 24-point mark and probably be in the MVP discussion, probably be on top of the MVP discussion, because there's still LeBron, there's still Chris Paul, there's still other players, Westbrook, Durant is out, Paul George is gone, so it's kind of easier now to select the MVP. But a guy that made his mark during, to me, I believe the month of March 4th to 16, where he had 28 and 15, 29 and 14, 32 and 17, 29 and 10, 36 and 9, and then finishes off 40 and 21, a 40-20 performance. Come on, and right now he's averaging 28 points and 16 rebounds. Yes, it's only 3 games, but what this guy can do is incredible. So Anthony Davis, MVP, best power forward in the game right now, no debate.
Okay, now we can talk about things that actually make sense in reality.
Ooh.
Listen, LeBron James is the best player in the league by far, by none. Everybody knows it. It's automatic. They did a poll of general managers in the league, and 16 out of the 30 teams chose LeBron James. The next highest was KD at 7. Then you got Anthony Davis at 3, and there was a bunch of players at 1. So by far, general managers obviously respect LeBron James way more than any other player in the league. And these are the people that are putting players on the league. So LeBron's going to come in. He's going to do his thing. You know what LeBron brings to the table. He's been bringing it to the table every year now. Every year. He's done everything you asked him. He's surpassed the hype. Coming out of high school, done everything he can to be one of the greatest players of all time. Everybody knows he's going to be a future Hall of Famer, and he's going to prove it once again every year. There's nothing more to say. You know LeBron, he's going to do it.
Once again, Rudolph with his graduation speech of coming out of college. He's done it. Come on, LeBron is going to be limited this year. He's not going to be the same LeBron we saw when his MVP season. Obviously, we saw that last year when he was limited. And who won it? KD. Because KD had more opportunities, scoring-wise, and to improve on other categories such as rebound and assist. And this is what Anthony Davis is doing. He's taking the spot, and he's running with it. He has his torch.
Anthony Davis has not been in the league over 6 years like KD was, been through the development process. He's still a young player.
20 and 10
but
last
now,
season.
20 and 10 is nice, but their team is not going to be as good. Plus, LeBron's is going to be
28 and 16 already in 3 games.
It's an automatic given that the only other player that could possibly have competed with him is going to miss most of the season, and he's not going to be in there no more. So, obviously, LeBron's going to come in, do his thing. There's nothing more to say. It's just a given.
Well, okay, guys. So one thing we can agree on here is that they're both in MVP ranking here. Okay?
Man, Anthony Davis.
Okay, guys. So this concludes our first episode of Talk is Cheap Season 2. I want to thank you guys for joining us and keep on supporting us. Remember to go follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And don't forget, Talk is Cheap.
Anthony Davis for president.